going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me look like a fool.
That Bravo is not Love and Hip Hop. Bravo, not Love and Hip Hop. Bravo has been trying to get Hollywood to come on a reality show as a full-time cast member. Hollywood is Shannon's ex-stylist that he took to football games.
Y'all thought Shannon Sharpe's life was messy before? Well, buckle up, because his world is about to implode in ways you never saw coming. His former stylist, Russell Hollywood Simpson, has just come through with a huge bombshell that could tear down everything Shannon's worked for. I'm talking about receipts, shade, and revelations that are about to make Shannon's entire public image look like a house of cards ready to fall. If you thought the whole SA lawsuit was the peak of Shannon's downfall, you're about to get seriously proven wrong. The drama? It's far from over. Let's get into it. Shannon's SA lawsuit has been dominating the media for weeks now. That's old news. But now Russell Hollywood Simpson, the very man who styled Shannon for a time, has stepped out from the shadows with accusations that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the man. According to Russell, all of this chaos, all of these stories, it's actually part of Shannon's Hollywood humiliation ritual. Yeah, you heard that right. A humiliation ritual. What does that even mean? Trust, it's about to get real messy. And this isn't just about some petty personal drama. Russell's claiming that Shannon tried to shut him down before the truth could ever come out. He says Shannon wanted to bury the whole thing so the world would never know what happened behind closed doors. So now the question is,
said it once, but he was there.
What's really going on here? Did Shannon really try to silence his own stylist? Could this be the beginning of something much bigger than we realize? Let's dive in because things are about to get real deep. Russell Hollywood. Simpson wasn't just your average stylist. No, sir. This man was the one who helped craft Shannon Sharpe's image, the one responsible for dressing him up and making him look like the man we saw on TV. But when he first started working with Shannon, something strange began to happen. The rumors started swirling. People couldn't stop talking about how close these two were. I mean, you've seen the photos, right? Russell and Shannon out and about everywhere. At events, on red carpets, you couldn't blink without seeing them together. And naturally, people started questioning their relationship. Were they just working together, or was there something more to it? Were Shannon and Russell secretly lovers? Now, let's be clear. I know a lot of people who take their stylist everywhere. It's not that unusual in the industry, but in this case, it wasn't just about clothes. People were connecting dots, and Shannon wasn't having it. There were whispers that Shannon was hiding his sexuality, that he was living a double life, and that's when the drama really started to take off. Fans were out here speculating that Shannon might be part of the LGBTQ+ community, and Russell was right in the thick of it, and that wasn't helping Shannon's case. Things got even more complicated when Mike Abbs got involved. Now, if you don't know, Mike Abbs is a comedian who's got no problem throwing shade. And throw shade, he dropped some serious comments on Shannon's lifestyle, claiming that Shannon had invited him to appear on his show, Club Shay Shay, but Mike wasn't feeling it. He said, "No media, I ain't doing no interview, so you can sit across from me and look at my balls. I'm sitting down, nigga." Yeah, Mike wasn't holding back. He even made a joke about Shannon's sexuality, and it didn't sit well with the public. Now, let's be real. Shannon's always been a guy who likes to keep things tight, controlled. He's been adamant about his image, but when all this talk started up about him being on the down low, DL, he couldn't just ignore it. He had to do something about it. So, what did he do? He hired Russell, of course, but as we all know, Shannon doesn't do anything without a plan. Russell wasn't just hired to make him look good. He was brought on to help change the narrative, to control what people were saying. But as you probably guessed, things didn't stay quiet for long. So here's where things really start to get messy. Shannon, in true Hollywood fashion, decided he needed to switch things up. He fired Russell, but not in a quiet, professional way. Nah, Shannon wanted to distance himself from Russell, and he did it in the most public, dramatic way possible. Shannon couldn't just let Russell go without making sure the world knew he was done with him. So he started downplaying Russell's role in his wardrobe, acting like Russell never really had that much of an impact on his style in the first place. Now, this move wasn't just about clothes. This was about controlling the narrative. Shannon knew that if he kept up with Russell, the rumors would never stop. The talk about his sexuality would continue to follow him like a shadow. And let's be real, Shannon wasn't trying to let that mess up his brand. He's been a public figure for years, and he wasn't about to let anyone question who he was. So, what did he do? He fired Russell and went back to his old stylist, Shelly Davis. And this is where the drama really escalates. Shannon didn't just fire Russell and leave it at that. He started giving Shelly all the credit for his new look, acting like she was the mastermind behind everything. Shelly had been with Shannon for years, and Shannon made sure to tell everyone that she was the true genius behind his wardrobe. Meanwhile, Russell, the guy who had been styling him recently, got thrown under the bus. No credit, no recognition. Fans started to notice. It was clear what was going on. Shannon was trying to erase the evidence. He was trying to clean up his image and make sure no one thought he was living some double life. He even started publicly praising Shelly, calling her the true genius behind his style transformation. He said, "I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, I had gone outside to hire someone else."
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extra Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon was putting on a whole performance, trying to convince the public that he was as straight as an arrow. He wasn't fooling anyone, though. Everyone could see the obvious attempt at damage control. But guess what? Russell didn't just roll over and stay quiet. What had really gone down behind the scenes. He wasn't going to be erased that easily. So, Russell starts dropping cryptic messages online. He's posting videos on his Instagram, showing off Shannon's outfits, making it clear that he was the one putting those looks together. He even posted a video with the caption, "Let's be clear, I ain't fed up, but this dude right here be killing the game. I be watching you. We killing the game." It's obvious. Russell wasn't just casually posting stuff. He was throwing shade, calling out Shannon's attempt to erase him from the narrative. And you'd think that after all this, Shannon would just let it go, right? Wrong. Then swipe left twice, hit the button. Insanely impossible. He posted. Russell was calling out Shannon's ridiculous story about how he accidentally went live on Instagram. And we all know it wasn't an accident. Russell had been there, seen the behind the scenes, and he wasn't about to let Shannon lie his way out of this one. So here we are, Russell's throwing shade, Shannon's doing damage control, and the public's watching, waiting to see what happens next. The drama? It's just getting started. And trust, y'all don't want to miss what comes next in this twisted Hollywood mess. But Shannon didn't just fire Russell and call it a day. Nah, he had to make it clear that he was moving on, and he wasn't going to give Russell credit for anything. He didn't want to admit that Russell played a role in his style transformation. He didn't want people to think that Russell, the man who had helped him look so fresh and fly, was anything more than just a stylist. So what did he do? He started to downplay Russell's involvement in his wardrobe, acting like Russell had barely done anything for him in the first place. This is where things get messy. Shannon didn't just let Russell go quietly. He started publicly praising his former stylist, Shelly Davis, saying that she was the real mastermind behind his new look. Shelly, who had been with Shannon for years, suddenly became the only person responsible for his style. "I'm loyal to Shelly," Shannon said. He went on to explain how Shelly was the one who helped him build his wardrobe from the ground up, that she was there for him when he first started out at CBS, that she had been there through all his biggest moments. But here's the thing, Shannon was doing all of this because he was trying to clean up the mess that had been made. Shannon knew the rumors weren't going away. He was trying to quiet them, trying to show the world that he wasn't connected to the allegations. But fans were paying attention, and they weren't buying it. It was obvious what Shannon was doing. He was trying to erase Russell from the story entirely by bringing Shelly back into the picture and acting like she was the only one who ever mattered when it came to his look. Shannon was hoping to distract everyone from the messy truth that had been floating around about him and Russell. It didn't take long for the fans to notice and trust they weren't happy about it. People started calling out Shannon for his behavior, pointing out how shady it was that he was trying to rewrite history. Russell had helped Shannon craft his image. Russell had been there day in and day out, making sure Shannon's wardrobe was on point. And now Shannon was pretending like Russell didn't even matter? Nah, that wasn't gonna fly. Now, Russell could have gone away quietly. He could have just taken the firing and moved on.
But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on.
But that's not what happened. Russell wasn't about to let Shannon throw him under the bus and act like he didn't play a major role in shaping Shannon's look. He started dropping little hints, subtle posts, cryptic captions, the kind of stuff that lets the world know that he wasn't going down without a fight. On Instagram, Russell posted a video with the caption, "Let's be clear, I ain't fed up, but this dude right here be killing the game. I be watching you. We killing the game. Hollywood, you straight killing." It was obvious. Russell wasn't backing down. He was calling Shannon out in the most indirect way possible, making sure everyone knew the truth without having to say it outright. But even though it was subtle, it was loud enough for people to hear the message. Russell wasn't going to let Shannon rewrite the story. He wasn't going to let Shannon pretend like he was the only one responsible for his style transformation. And just when we thought it couldn't get any juicier, Russell took it up a notch. He wasn't staying quiet anymore. No more hints, no more cryptic messages. Russell was about to drop the bomb. He posted another message saying, "Accidentally going live when you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice, hit the button. Insanely impossible." He was straight up calling out Shannon's ridiculous story about accidentally going live on Instagram with some private, intimate content. Russell was done playing nice. He was calling out the lies, one post at a time. But that's not all. Russell's posts got even more direct. He started calling Shannon out for the way he was handling everything. The way Shannon was trying to cover up the mess. The way he was trying to pretend like Russell never even mattered. It was getting heated. Russell wasn't afraid to speak his truth anymore.
So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what about on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again.
And Shannon, well, he was left scrambling. Fans started to see what was really going on. They were starting to put the pieces together. Shannon was trying to control the narrative, but Russell wasn't having it. He wasn't going to be erased. And the internet was loving every second of this drama. They couldn't get enough. As Shannon tried to clean up the mess, Russell was over here like, "Oh, no you don't." He started posting more cryptic messages, calling Shannon out on his lies, and even hinting that he knew exactly what was going on behind the scenes. Fans were starting to see the cracks in Shannon's story. And Russell, he wasn't backing down. He wrote, "So much I want to say, but nah. I'll wait till the right time." He was letting it be known that there was so much more to this story than anyone knew. But instead of spilling all the tea right away, Russell was keeping it close to the chest. He knew when to drop the bomb, and he was waiting for the perfect moment. But when that moment came, oh, trust me, it was going to be explosive. And then there was that moment where Russell straight up confronted Shannon. Accidentally going live when you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice, hit the button. Insanely impossible. Russell was done holding back. He wasn't going to let Shannon twist the story any longer. He was calling out the lies, loud and clear. So, yeah, it's about to get real. The drama is far from over. And with every move Shannon makes, Russell's right there, watching, waiting, ready to expose the truth. The question is, will Shannon's secrets finally be revealed? Or will he be able to clean up this mess and keep his carefully constructed image intact? Only time will tell. But trust, this story is far from finished. Like and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below.